Welcome to Tarot Parlor and this winter solstice tarot reading. Blessings to all of you. Happy solstice. We've pulled the sun card for our inspiration today since it is the return of the sun back into the world. And it is also the darkest night of the year. So both of those are celebrated today, and this is going to be a very important reading for your year. So what I have been seeing is this card right here for winter solstice, and that is the Seven of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, we have this beautiful little spirit animal here. This is a coyote. He's a trickster. And in this card, he's being depicted as the Seven of Swords. He is acting as the thief. So one thing about a coyote, when you see a coyote out in the wild, they're not usually fat and plump. They're always usually pretty lean. Yet they aren't starving. They're always on the prowl. They're always hunting, and they always get their take. You know what I mean? Just like this little guy right here. The reason that they're so lean is because they're active. They're always actively stealing, searching for that next mark, stalking their mark, being out there looking for their next take. And they eat, like a buffet, off of everyone and anything that they want to. These are the unrighteous people. They might even be righteous, actually. They have been righteous. They know how to play righteous, and they fit right in with the righteous, and they eat right beside all of you. However, they are dishonest. They are fiends because they never get enough. And they're irreverent. And it's one thing to be so blessed by the power of the sun and that you're constantly wanting to be fed. That's natural, okay, to always want more. But in this fashion, where you, even once you've been satisfied, you want more than everyone else. You want more than what you've had before when you've had plenty. You want more than what plenty is. And I don't mean plenty for a budget. I mean bountiful plenty, and you want more. And you're still looking lean. Why are you looking lean? Because of the antics that you get up to. Okay, I'm speaking to the karmic here, the dishonest fiends and the irreverent thieves. Okay, that are part of the group. Here's the problem right now, you guys. The righteous has allowed this group because they seem like protectors, right? They're bold. They're fierce. And it looks like they will fight for you, when all the while they're hanging around stealing from you, gleaming your life and your bounty as righteous people. Because the divine is going to provide for the righteous all the time. And what better way than the thief to fit right in where a bounty is always going to be given straight from divine, right? They just nuzzle right on in there. And they look lean. They look like they need help. They look like they need fed. It's because they're fiending. And you're too vulnerable, too caring, and too loving to see that these fiends have had plenty. And they are coming down is what it is. And they want more. They want more than the abundance that they have had. If you knew, if you had it on a list of everything that they've had, okay, the abundance that they have partaken of, that they have devoured, they are devourers, then you could put that on a list and take a look at it, compare it to the average person, and realize that their abundance has been a plethora, has been so much that it's like they have trillions of blessings that they have consumed where you get 1,000. You see? Nothing is ever enough for these fiends. But they want to have it good, so they get in with you. They've overstepped their abundance. So the message, the crowning message going forward for this new year, okay, if you want to keep your abundance and you want to thrive, it's not about keeping yourself away, keeping your blessings. You don't have to close off your heart. But it is time to realize that you can't feed the fiends that are devouring behind your backs or right off your plate any longer. I don't mean somebody that needs a handout or somebody that needs something now. I'm talking about these fiends that push themselves right into your buffet and will clean out a buffet right before you constantly. They constantly do this. And you're used to them. You have Stockholm syndrome to these coyote fiends, these thieves, and you can't get along without calling them and saying, you want to go do something? Of course they do. Of course they do. Because they're going to get something for free from you, straight from divine, off of your plate. Again, not just once, not just twice, not just occasionally, but you are one of the main resources for them. Okay, so it's time to cut these folks off of the buffet. I don't mean you can't bring somebody. I don't mean you can't help somebody who doesn't know how to help themselves. That's not what I'm referring to in this new year. That's what having is about, isn't it? That's how people learn. That's how people grow. That's how we help others become self-sufficient, is by sharing and bringing others with us. But having this coyote as your pet that you constantly feed, you've got a bowl for them that you just pour out to them. You're done. You're done doing that. You're not going to have an abundant year if you keep giving out to the thieves and putting these thieves up underneath your feathers and protecting them. I thought they were supposed to be protecting you because they were so bold. Right. Do you see how things have flipped? So that's what's been going on. And in order for this year to get in order, and people that we can help that need it to receive it, is, guess what? We're going to stop giving sacrifices to the fiends. There's your word. That's the crowning word for the year. We are not somebody that you go, oh, they're an addict. We're not worried about that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the thief. I'm going to say that again. We're talking about the thief that is tricking you into feeding them constantly. And they don't change. They are not righteous. They are just a thief. Okay, so we're going to stop giving sacrifices to that constant thief. We're done with the Seven of Swords. If you keep them around, you're hurting everybody around you. And you're going to have to make sure to hold other righteous people accountable so that they cut this friendship off. Or they tone it down. They turn this friendship way down so that this coyote learns to starve a little bit so they can put out their own sacrifice instead of always trying to get everyone else to give them theirs. Yeah. Now, I don't mean like everybody has to you got to make sure everybody's putting out a sacrifice in life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying these people are constantly showing up to the buffet that somebody else's sacrifice has put out there. And it's one thing to know that there are people that need help, like I said, but this person is doing it to be a thief. This person is doing it to have their abundance off of you all the time. That person that's taking advantage purposefully, that is banking on you. You are their bank. You're done with that. Okay? You can be community supportive all you want to. That's fine. But we're done with the people banking on that. If you want to be abundant this year, you're not somebody's bank. You can be help and you can be charitable, but you're not somebody's bank, especially if they're a fiend that is just going to keep going after it. Okay? So that is the crowning message for this year, for this solstice, is stop. Stop letting the fiends bank on you. Okay, so some other messages, because the cards have been playing a lot of truth, you guys. I have gotten nothing but beautiful truth from this deck this month. And it's been a wonderful time getting it. First off, let me tell you, for the longest night of the year, okay, on this summer solstice, of course, you know how to celebrate the solstice. You can celebrate with good foods, you know, anything that is, get out there in the sun, see the sunrise, the sunset, that kind of thing. But for this dark half of the year, something that is really important to my heart is dream work. Because dreams are where we get the messages, okay? These secret messages in these cards, all these symbols come to us in dreams, okay? And you're getting lots of messages all the time, and let's not waste those messages. So I've got something for you in the description below. I'm going to fix it up a little bit so it's a little better than this. But here is a dream journal page that you can use, print it out, or, you know, save it and type on it, whatever you want to do. I mean, don't sell it, resell it for retail or anything. This is personal use only. Okay, it is my creation. So you definitely will, you can use it for yourself. Personal uses. But anyway, so with this dream chart, let me show you what you're going to do. With this darkest part of the year, messages are coming in for us. We're still in a thinning part of the veil. This, you know, at Samhain, we had the thinnest part of the veil of the year, and we're still at that thin part of the year where the veil is really thin, and the nights are long and dark. Messages are coming to you in your dreams and your subconscious, even while you're awake right now. All of us are getting visions. You're not realizing it. You're not taking it as a vision. Some of those things are not just flashbacks. Some of them are visions. So you can dream while you're awake as well. So this dream journal page, keep one with you. When you have one of those dreams, whether it's a sleep dream at nighttime or while you're awake, write down the date, circle the day, select the moon phase, like we just had the new moon, so that's the phase that we would select there. And then beneath that will tell you if it's waning, waxing, full, or waning. Okay, so like if it's a decreasing moon or growing full moon. You can also, the one that I'm giving you is going to have the zodiac signs down here. So you can circle your zodiac sign that the sun was in at the same time that you had the dream. So the moon and the sun can be recorded at the time of your dream. This area right here is for symbols, so you can draw whatever it was that you saw in your dream. Okay? And then you can record what kind of dream that you had. Was it a reoccurring dream? Was it a fantasy dream? Was it a nightmare? Was it lucid? Was it a unique first-time kind of dream? Was it transcendental? Okay? Was it astral travel? We have those dreams as well, where we wake up feeling like we have traveled to the place that we were mentally visiting. So was it a false awakening? Was it prophetic? Maybe it was end of world kind of dream. You can circle whatever that was for you. Okay? Maybe it felt like two things. Circle them. This is a great way to keep records of your dreams and start seeing what is your spirit guides, your angels are trying to tell you and the work they're doing with you while you're asleep. So with your emotions, was it calm, disturbing, fearful? Did it give you anger? Were you embarrassed? Was it kind of lovey or romantic? Was it sensual? Did it surprise you that you had, maybe an orgasm? Was it hopeful? Was it sad or griefful? Or was it something else? And if you do use this chart, please share with me what you see for other, and I can help expand this chart in the future. And then you can also write down your symbols, like you can put down teacup, a car, whatever it was. You can draw whatever you need to over here, if you can't really put a word to it especially. And then you've got description, where you can write out everything that happened in your dream, okay? What's great about the symbols, you can write out the description first. If you can't figure out the symbols, write out the description, then go back with a highlighter or a pen and underline whatever words were symbols. Like, oh, there's a car, there was toast, there was a refrigerator, there was a telephone. You see what I mean? So you can underline all the symbols and then go back here and write them out. Okay? And anything that you can't describe, you can draw it up here. And then you have your dream journal for that entire dream. You can take this and go to like a dream interpretation website, look up your symbols, and write down what the meanings of those were. So you can put the meanings here if you want to, and or here, whatever, however you want to use this part. Write down the meanings of your symbols, and you will have a dream interpretation sheet for you, okay? You'll have the date and everything for it, and you can keep this in a notebook, and boom, you have a dream journal page. You'll be able to see what kind of messages Spirit is giving you. Give yourself a tarot reading afterwards. Buy a tarot reading from one of us online afterwards. And how about that? That is a really good tool to use for this dark half of the year going into the winter nights. I hope you enjoy that. Leave a comment below if you think you could use it. Okay, so there'll be that. And we're going to get a lot of, how should I say this? We're going to be getting a lot of potential this year, okay? I don't think you guys realize it yet, but I have felt that this year is either going to do one of two things. It's going to chariot us forward. We're going to be able to go forward into something new, or we're going to be able to get the information that we need to start our new beginnings. So this could be a year where the veil's coming down all year long on a lot of things, where truth and answers and loyalties might be coming in for you. Everybody's ready for change. People are, the only ones that aren't tired of this cycle, even though they complain about it, are the coyotes, because they, the tricksters, the thieves, because they sit there and just continually eat from the same cycle. The rest of us want those cycles broken, and we are going to be able to gallop out of that this year, okay? Let me just go ahead and, shuffle these up a little bit, and we'll get some cards for this new year. It's going to be spectacular. Again, we're going to stop feeding the thieves. They're not going to be able to bank on us, we are not their permanent bank any longer. If you want to be charitable here and there, do that. And that's fine. That blesses you. It blesses others. That's wonderful. But we are not going to be doing the being somebody's bank anymore. We're done doing that. Okay, so what's the first card that's going to help us get away from this habit of being the mark, okay? The victim, the person that always helps the thief. Six of Cups, you guys. So nostalgia. Some of you are going to have to break away from those nostalgic feelings. That thief has got you thinking about, oh, remember when? Oh, and I've known you since. And, like, see, like this is the bear hibernating and all the dreaming while they're hibernating of these sceneries. Oh, I loved it when I climbed on that mountain. Oh, this area was really great. It was cool. I got that fresh water. Oh, crossing that road, I was able to get over to some fresh food over here. That was nice. So you're dreaming if you think it was a good time. And that is what this trickster wants you to think, is that all those memories you can't live without. It's the best thing you've known. You've got to stay connected. You do not. Memories belong up on a shelf. And what they are doing today is what they should be known by, not by one act in the past. Okay? What is going to be our strength moving forward? Oh, taking a better look at things. This is the hanged one, the hanged man. So you're going to be turning things upside down. You're going to be turning them sideways. You are going to be taking a better look, a different look, putting on a different pair of glasses, whatever you need to do, getting some distance to really look at things so you aren't seeing these nostalgic pictures that the thief wants you to stay in. Ooh, see, I told you the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out, and this is the message for the year. Let's pull one from the center because I think that there's a hidden secret we need to know. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a lot of financial loss that could be in our future if we don't start protecting our finances now with these thieves. They have got you on a timer. They can go in and clean out the casino whenever they want, and you're the casino. Do you see what I'm saying? They're going to break the bank is what they're out to do this year. There you go. That's literally the dream that I had this week. The thieves are out to break the banks. They're doing the Ocean's 11. They're ready to break the banks right under your nose this year. And you had better figure it out. I'm already in poverty, okay? They've been breaking my bank for a long time. But this is the plan. This is the plan of the coyote. Let me get it up there by them. Is that Five of Pentacles. And we don't want that. So I'm trying to help you guys so you don't go through this year, is get your distance and separate your bank, separate what you have from divine away from these thieves. Don't let them get a cent. If they get a cent for it, they're going to come for it. It could mean a penny. Like don't let them have a cent. Ha ha ha. Especially since we don't have the penny anymore. But don't let them get a cent off of you. That means don't let them get a smell for what you're doing. Because they're out. There's a lot of people, since the government shut down, since everything that happened, that need to make up for lost time now. Okay? And you're the one that they manipulate to do that with. Because you're so nice. You're not going to do that anymore. You're going to rethink things. You're going to put things out of their reach. And you're not going to let them get a scent of how you're doing your business anymore. Okay? It's your business. It's not theirs. Okay. What's some blessings straight from the solstice sun that we can have this year? Eight of Swords. Ooh. So, how is that a blessing? Let me think about that for a second. So your nightmares, okay? So your nightmares, the things that you think are scary, they're really not things. It's been holding you back. You're going to have to see your way out of those. So that's part of what the sun is doing. There's going to be light being brought forth for you to shine truth. You're going to have to take another look at the cages, the boundaries that you think you're in. Okay, and the sun is going to help us do that this year. So this new year is going to be some subtle enlightenment to help guide you out of some boundaries that you think you're in, some barricades that you think you're in. So you're not as imprisoned, especially financially and in relationships like you think you are, but also in business. Okay. You're not in the tight bind or commitment that you can't get out of. You can get out of some of these things that you don't think you can. Okay. So one more card. Let's see. What's it going to be? Oh, Three of Swords. Okay. So I'm telling you, these thieves have gotten themselves in with your relationships. And I don't mean that they're having affairs, okay? I'm not talking about that, but they've been narcissistic and they have triangulated. That's what this is about. They've done some triangulation with your relationships. So they've done that with, in other words, she gets crazy, he gets crazy, anything they can do so they can have that person on a leash and get info from them whenever they want to. Or when you're pulling back, they can call that person and get that person to push you back towards them. Okay? So the triangulation's already happened. It's already there. That's probably why you're feeling some of these tight borders and boundaries. But you can fix that. Okay? You're going to have to cut the narcissist. You're going to have to go gray rock on some of these narcissists, guys. So gray rock's going to be your answer to undo the triangulation. Okay. Let's switch over. Let's look for a rune that we could have for this solstice. We've got a ruse. Is that what it is? Yeah. With the ruse, we have strength. Okay. Power. And this is like massive strength. This is dinosaur strength because we know these animals are straight from the dinosaurs. Power, health, endurance, and manifestation. So you're going to be using your manifestation powers and the power of the sun. Okay. Going gray rock, being strong enough to, okay, let me pull these cards up. You're going to have to use your personal strength, your stubbornness, standing there, and your daggers to, maybe not your daggers, but you know what I'm saying, your threat. Have it ready and go gray rock on these SOBs. Okay, these narcissists that have wedged themselves into your life and your relationships. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to be strong and you're going to win this year. Okay, so blessings. I hope you guys like the reading. I hope this dream journal is helpful for you. And please leave a comment below about how you like this reading, how you celebrate the darkest night of the year, how you celebrate the solstice sun, and the energy, at least the energy that you're looking forward to manifesting for this year for yourself. And I bless you.